Welcome back to the deep dive. Sometimes the most fascinating growth stories, they're the ones making all the noise in the headlines.
Exactly. They're often humming away in specific industries you might not even think about much.
And today we're diving into exactly one of those, the global dental imaging market.
Yeah, and for this deep dive, we're using a really detailed outlook and growth forecast from cognitive market research. It's packed with specific revenue figures, growth rates.
This is a really granular view, doesn't it?
It really does. It shows a sector undergoing, well, quite a significant transformation, kind of quietly.
Oh, okay. So our mission today, let's get beyond just the numbers. Let's try to unpack what they really mean.
Identify the drivers behind this growth.
Right, and pinpoint where some maybe surprising opportunities are popping up around the globe. So get ready for some truly eye-opening figures, I think.
Definitely. Let's jump in.
All right, diving in. The first thing that just jumps out is the sheer scale of this global market's path.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it was already pulling in nearly $1.85 billion back in 2021, which is substantial.
Already a big market, yeah.
But then look at this. It's projected to more than double to almost $5 billion by 2033.
Wow.
That's a global compound annual growth rate, a KGR of over 8.4% consistently. That feels really robust.
It is. And what's fascinating here, I think, is that this isn't just some short-term spike.
Right.
It points to something deeper, a real underlying shift, this consistent, significant expansion.
Yeah.
It's not just about, say, more people going to the dentist.
Okay, so what is it then?
It really reflects this huge global move towards more preventative dental care, and maybe even more critically, the incredibly rapid adoption of cutting-edge tech.
Ah, so technology is a big driver.
Huge. Think about digital impressions replacing those old goopy molds.
Yeah.
Or 3D printing for crowns or aligners becoming, almost routine in some places. Even AI diagnostics helping spot problems earlier.
So it's a tech transformation, really.
Exactly, driven by real sustained demand and quite a bit of investment worldwide. Okay, so that's the big global picture. Pretty jaw-dropping, as you said. But the regional stories, they have their own kind of flavors, right?
Definitely different dynamics at play.
Let's peel that back a bit. Maybe start with North America, familiar ground.
Sounds good. So North America generated just under $500 million in 2021.
Right, around $492 million.
And it's projected to hit about $1.25 billion by 2033. That's an 8.07% CAGR. Consistent growth.
And the U.S., naturally, is the biggest slice of that pie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's projected to grow from around $335 million in 2021 to over $816 million by 2033. Still a solid CAGR, just under 8%.
Okay. But what about the rest of North America?
Well, this is interesting. While the U.S. leads in size, Canada's growth rate is actually surprisingly strong.
Higher than the U.S.?
Yeah, nearly 9.1% CAGR. It's expected to jump from about $108 million in 2021 to around $310 million by 2033.
Any thoughts on why? Faster adoption, maybe?
Could be. Targeted investments, maybe quicker uptake of specific new technologies there. It's definitely notable.
Okay, in Europe, how does it compare? Europe's total market was smaller, around $273 million in 2021. But it's on track to reach almost $700 million by 2033.
So similar growth rate.
Slightly higher, actually, over 8.2% annually. And again, you see diversity within Europe.
Like where?
Well, the UK, for instance, shows a really impressive 9.27% CAGR.
Wow.
And Germany, while having a slightly lower KGR at around 8.6%, holds a really significant share of the market. It was over $51 million in 2021, growing to maybe $137 million.
So it shows that even in these developed, established markets, there's still really strong investment in advanced dental tech.
Exactly. They're clearly doubling down on these solutions.
Okay, now, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Asia Pacific.
Ah, yes. The scale here is something else.
Right. It pulled in around $670 million back in 2021, projected to expand to over $1.7 billion by 2033.
And the growth rate is solid, too, 8.22% annually.
And then China. I mean, you have to talk about China here.
Absolutely defines the scale. Expected to grow from nearly $276 million to over $721 million by 2033. Massive market.
When you see that dominance, what's the key takeaway? Just sheer population.
Population's part of it, sure. But while China's huge, the standout growth rate story is actually India.
India. Higher rate than China.
By a decent margin.
Oh.
It boasts the highest TGR in the whole Asia-Pacific region, over 9.19%.
Okay, that's significant. From what base?
Around $84 million in 2021, projected to hit nearly $240 million by 2033.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, what's driving India's surge?
Well, it's not just about teeth, right? It plugs directly into those broader economic trends we see in major emerging markets.
Like rising incomes, expanding middle class.
Exactly, driving significant healthcare sector growth overall. They're investing more in infrastructure, more in advanced medical tech, including dental imaging, for a population that's demanding better care.
So it's that classic combination of rising demand meeting new accessibility and investment.
Precisely.
Okay. So from the giants of Asia, let's shift focus southward, South America.
Right. Maybe not the same absolute scale as Asia Pacific, but still showing its own dynamic growth.
What are the numbers there?
Market was around $218 million in 2021, expected to reach almost $550 million by 2033.
And the growth rate.
Pretty consistent, just under 8% annually, 7.978% to be exact.
And key players there, Brazil, Argentina.
Yeah, Brazil and Argentina are definitely the main drivers in that regional expansion.
Got it. Okay, pivoting again. The Middle East, what's the story there?
The Middle East shows really strong growth, nearly a 9.15% CAGR overall.
Higher than North America or Europe on average?
Yep. Moving from about $172 million in 2021 up to a projected $486 million by 2033.
And any standouts within the region?
Definitely. This is where specific countries are really pushing the average up. Look at Saudi Arabia,
Oh,
an impressive 9.62% annual growth.
really high.
Wow.
And the UAE is right there too, also very high at 9.51% annual growth.
So if we connect that to the bigger picture, what's driving it? Oil money diversifying into healthcare. Government initiative. It seems to be a combination. Certainly signals substantial investment in modernizing their healthcare, including dental infrastructure.
Proactive government plans.
Likely plays a big role, yes. And also expanding private healthcare sectors that are looking to adopt, top-tier global technology. They want the latest and greatest.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've seen solid growth, strong growth, tech adoption, but you hinted there might be a surprise.
Yes. We've saved the most surprising growth rate for last.
So what does this all mean? Let's talk about Africa, because this feels like the real dark horse here.
It really is. Perhaps the most significant revelation in the data, certainly in terms of rate of growth.
Okay, lay it on us. Africa's market started smaller, right?
Much smaller base, yes. Just about $22.6 million in 2021.
But the projection.
Expected to surge to over $194 million by 2033.
Okay, that's a huge jump. What's the CGR?
Get this. It's the highest TGGR globally. An incredible 14.97%. Nearly 15% sustained growth per year.
15% globally. Wow, what on earth is driving that kind of exponential curve?
Well, it's truly remarkable. And it seems to be a story partly about leapfrogging older tech.
Like skipping landlines and going straight to mobile. But for dental tech?
Kind of, yeah. Why invest heavily in older, maybe more complex traditional methods when you can jump straight to more efficient digital imaging?
Any specific countries leading this charge?
Oh, yes. Nigeria, for instance, shows a remarkable 15.7% CAGR.
Just incredible.
And South Africa is right there with it, actually edging it out slightly for the global leading country CAGR at just over 15.72%.
So South Africa has the highest projected growth rate for any single country in the world for this market.
According to this data, yes.
What does that acceleration tell us? Is it just population?
It's more than that. It likely reflects active government pushes to modernize healthcare.
Okay.
A rapidly emerging middle class in many areas demanding better standards of care.
Right, the demand side again.
And the strategic adoption of these advanced technologies because, frankly, they're often more efficient, maybe easier to deploy in some settings than building out older infrastructure.
So as the source material put it, huge regional opportunities and investment potential.
Exactly. But Africa is just, well, blowing the doors off in terms of sheer growth rate.
Yeah.
It really shows how developing economies can sometimes embrace new healthcare tech even faster than established ones.
That's fascinating. So let's try and wrap this up. The global dental imaging market. It's not just ticking along, it's booming.
Absolutely booming, but with this incredible diversity across regions.
Yeah, the really striking thing for me is that surprisingly high growth, those double-digit KGRs in Africa, and strong rates in parts of the Middle East, too. It really challenges you to think beyond just North America and Europe as the only places where big things are happening in med tech investment.
It really does. And, that leads to a kind of provocative thought for you, the listener, to maybe mull over.
Yeah.
How often are the most significant, truly transformative growth stories hidden away in these specialized markets? Like dental imaging. You might not read about it every day.
Right. It's not on the front page.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But this deep dive, it reveals something pretty profound, I think, about the broader trends, where healthcare investment is flowing, how technology is being adopted globally, sometimes in unexpected places.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where else might similar sort of quiet revolutions be taking place right now?
Precisely. What other niche markets are poised for this kind of explosive growth, just waiting for us to uncover them? Food for thought.
Definitely. A lot to think about there. Thanks for breaking that down.
My pleasure. Fascinating data.